What's going on, studs? Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. I want to go over a trade that we do all the time. And actually, for people with small accounts, people that are trying to grow accounts, this is one of the best, most powerful plays that you can do. It's what we call a PR earnings breakout or breakdown. And one of my go-to setups, and probably the one that I've been doing about 50 to 60% of the time the last couple of weeks, is these earnings breakdowns. We've done them with Qualcomm and Hasbro and many different stocks the last couple of weeks. And the parameters of them are eerily always the same, but they give you incredible reward for a low risk type of trade when you can nail them right. And so we had a pretty big day in the chat room. I mean, $964 on this trade. For those of you guys that know, I'm doing small accounts trading in my chat room, meaning that I'm trading the same size account that I give my students that finish my boot camp that are trading in ClickFund, which is my hedge fund, where I provide capital and margin and low commission. It's a per share commission, so they pay 27 cents for 100 share commissions. And I'm trading and mimicking the same account that I give them. So I have over 150 students trading the same account. And so they can come in with $2,500 and day trade freely. I give them access to buying power, margin, and I provide them more of my capital when they're profitable for a profit split for those that get pretty good. That way it's a win-win situation for all of them. But in the meantime, I'm in my chat room and I'm trading via screen share in front of these guys, calling out these trades and doing them in front of them the whole time. So you'll see here, like I shorted 200 shares at TPX. I shorted 200 more, 46.44. Cover, and then I re-hit it a couple times. And this is one of my favorite setups, guys, because when you're day trading and you're day trading this style, which is momentum trading, you want to focus in on big reward plays with low risk that have catalysts. And so this is earnings season right now. And so I'm searching for catalysts. Right? And so I use this trade ideas. I have my own Bulls on Wall Street scanners for all sorts of stuff, catching parabolics and all sorts of stuff. But you can see, like, I'm searching for and running scans for stocks that have bad earnings, that have very, very specific characteristics that I like. And then I filter them through by how much they're gapping. So immediately, I can go through this list in like 2 seconds. Immediately, I identify TPX as the one that I want to be playing. And I try not to, in a small account, 1 or 2 trades, 3 trades a day is your kind of like the max you want to do, unless you're really hot. Then you can kind of go to that 4 or 5 range. But I had TPX on the list for the gap, and the reason was you can see this stock was breaking multiple levels of support here. See that? In any different time frame you look at, this stock is just getting smoked out. See that? It's really clean too. And when you look for these gaps, you want them to be clean. And so I know that due to the bad earnings and the way this daily chart is set up, that this stock has a high probability of really meshing. So, at the open, I take this trade, and at the open, I'm using a 1-minute chart to just get into this trade quick. And any trade I take at the open is going to be a scalp, meaning I'm looking to take a couple bucks, make $300, $400 within 10 minutes. Of course, you use margin. So the parameters I give to my students in the fund is, and these type of positions, they can have up to 400 shares. So, I shorted 200, then I shorted 200 more. And the key is, of course, to minimize your risk. And so that's why you scale it. So I have to time everything perfectly. So the stock opens down, and it pops up to about 47.30. And you don't know when you're supposed to short it, right? It'd be just a little bit crazy. So you've got to wait for a little confirmation. So once it breaks back under the VWAP, I nail this thing right here, and you'll see in the chat room, my alerts were at 46.55, and then 46.44, and then I started covering down into this. So you can see 46.12, 45.75, 45.10, and then I reshorted a little bit later. So essentially, once it breaks down, I am just literally covering right down into this, as any trade that you take at the open is meant for the open. If you have an opening pattern, what does that mean? It's a short pattern. So a short pattern requires short hold times. We're looking for the thrust, okay? How do I catch 80% of the move in the shortest amount of time. You know, a lot of times people will sit there in a stock all day and then and holding that last part, it moves 20 cents. That's no good. I'm looking for the meat of the move in the shortest amount of time. Why? Because I became a trader, so I didn't have to sit in front of the computer all day. Now, I'm just kidding. The morning is morning trades. And then afternoon, there's different setups. For those of you guys that have trouble with patterns, there are 3 different phases to the day. Your morning, your middle, and your close. Each one actually requires totally different setups. Like if you trade certain flag patterns at lunchtime, they never will work, or very low probability. Your opening trades have to be really quick. And so for me, it's just cover, 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 cover. I lock in a few games, okay? And now the day is moving on. So as the open is over, I switch my chart time frames to something longer. I like a longer time frame because I can see the patterns a little bit closer. So then the stock kind of cruises down for a little bit and pops up, and it looks like it's breaking down here. See under the VWAP? It looked like it broke down again. So I actually reshorted this thing right here. And whoop, it just popped up, and I ended up losing like 20, 30 cents. I took a little bit of a loss on it because it just didn't follow through. I want when my setups work, I want them to work literally immediately. You know, that's what market timing's all about, right? And if they start to go back over your kind of lines in the sand, you got to get out of them. And I know that, look, I may just be a little bit early. It's only 10:15. I did have my opening setup, and that's where I made the mistake was I already did the opening setup. I've got to wait for a little bit later in the day for it to play out. And so that's what it did. It started to go sideways, and your 90 EMA started to catch up. So now you've got a sandwich. You've got the stock basing down that's got bad earnings, and then you've got your moving averages coming down to compress the range. And when you get range compression, that can give a stock that extra gas it needs to go and flush. And so you get the range compression, you get the 90 EMA coming back down on it, and now you start to get the flush where you come down and boom, boom, boom. And I've got my full position again, and so I'm not even going to cover any. I'm at 45.66. You know, my target is down. My first target is down to 44.62. So I cover 100 shares down here, and then literally I covered 100 shares down here, 100 shares down here. I covered this sucker literally all the way back. My last shares were at 43.03, so I caught another 250 on those shares just on that last 100 shares, and I had a few hundred going, and so. Amazing setup. It was an amazing week last week. I had a string of $500 days and one $700 day, and I just been ripping and roaring. As a professional day trader, you should be winning at least 4 out of 5 days a week. Really, you got to keep your losses to one day every 2 weeks, and just start compiling games. That's how you build these accounts. And I've been, because I'm trying to show these guys how to grow it. I reset mine to the same parameters every day. I don't let them keep getting bigger and bigger, as they would as they're trying to grow their accounts. So I can size my positions, and they can see them and follow along in the chat room. I'm on screen share all day. Amazing setup, guys. I've been using this setup for so many years, and it's one of the best ones. And the reason is that you're marrying a fundamental catalyst, which is your earnings or contract news or whatever might have come out. And then you're marrying it to something on a technical basis, right? So now you have this perfect storm of, we're technical analysis guys, say that 10 times over, and then we're marrying it to something that's got the fundamental catalyst, and together they will have interstellar domination, right? It's that perfect storm of awesomeness. So, hopefully you guys learned something. Let me know if you have any questions, anything like that. I love trading this style. I've been doing open chat rooms for the, every couple weeks. So, hopefully I saw a lot of you guys in there, and you guys got to see. I ripped it, right? I think I was 4 for 4 that day. Trading $2,000 ClickFund account. I think I was up $650 when I had the open chat room. I did every single one live and talked all you guys through them, and it was for free. So hopefully I'll see more of you guys in the next one. If you go to my site, I usually have some email list that you can come in there, and it'll always alert you. But, man, what a start to the year, guys. I hope you guys are hitting your goals. You saw my video, my 2016 recap and my 2017 goals. let me just tell you, man, I have been making crazy inroads on so much of this stuff. Usually I fall apart by week 3 or 4 on a lot of my stuff. This year I've been able to really keep everything I said I was going to do going. And will I do it? I'll be able to keep it up all year? I don't know. But I'm really happy that I've been making that consistent effort to really stick to what I said and what I committed to myself, because really that's all trading is, right? It's about discipline and making the right trades, but then committing to the trade and managing your risk and all that stuff, right? If I can't manage myself in my personal life or with like certain things like eating right or taking walks, right? How can I do that in my trading? It's cool to see one kind of roll over into the other, because I've only had a couple losing days this month. It's been pretty cool. So guys, let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to seeing everybody. Feel free to ask me any questions. No matter what it is, I love chatting. Take care.
Thanks for watching. If you like that video, subscribe right here. If you want to watch more videos, click right there.